Now you understand exactly how the auto dialer can drive just interested people in and give you just a handful of interested prospects. Now again, I'm going to emphasize, not all those people are going to jump on board with you, but the only way they can end up in your iTelecenter is they've got some kind of interest. You've intrigued them in some form or fashion, and it is the beginning steps for getting people involved with you, and we will go more in depth. But before we do that, I want to explain exactly what an iTelecenter, or remember we use that word generically, what a virtual voicemail account actually consists of. So with our telecenter, we'll start over here where we left off just a minute ago with the auto dialer coming in. Now people are in our telecenter, and these are our prospects. And yes, I have horrible writing. Okay, these are our prospects. Now, why would we use a virtual voicemail box for our prospects? Well, here's why. Let me give you this analogy. It's really the best one that I know. Let's switch gears just a little bit here. Let's say, per se, that you were doing, not in this opportunity, but let's say that you were selling something door to door from home to home to home. And you were doing so with a brochure. Let's say that you went up to someone's door and you were about to ring the doorbell and you decided to go ahead and just stick the brochure in the door. That way the next time they open the door, the brochure would fall down, they'd see your brochure, and hopefully they'd read it, right? Well, you would hope so. Well, let's back that up and retake the analogy one more time with this stance. Let's say that you went up to the person's door and you rang the doorbell, and let's say they opened the door, and let's say you had like anywhere from a 2 to 10 minute chat with them about your opportunity brochure, whatever it is that you're selling. Well, when you hand the brochure over to them, how much more likely are they to read through your brochure after you've had a chat with them and got them a little bit somewhat excited about product or service, whatever it was that you were selling them at the door of their home? Well, they're a whole lot more likely to have interest in what it is that you're talking about at the door before you hand the brochure over. So why do we send people into a virtual voicemail box? And why do we give them a little chat before we give them our website address? Because if you think about it, we could use not a virtual voicemail service and just give our website address way back here at the auto dialer section where it was giving out the leads. Why wouldn't we give our website out right back here and hope they just go right on over to the website? In fact, let's go ahead and write that in. Let's say this right here is the ultimate of all. These are people that go to your website, and we call them hot prospects at this point. So let's back up. What if our auto dialer back here was just running away, and we skipped the entire telecenter and we took people from the auto dialer straight to the website? Well, why don't we do that in our opportunity? Well, I'll tell you why. It's just like leaving a brochure at the door and not exciting someone. You see, you can give out your website 500,000 times, and you will, I assure you. But if you have 500,000 conversations, just quick conversations, before you give out the website, you are much, much more highly likely to have way more website visitors than if you just pass it out. Does that somewhat make sense? Let me take it from a different direction even. In the telecenter, we give a message that's much longer than just a website address. We want to have a quick chat with that person. Not literally, you're not going to be chatting with them in your telecenter. You are going to have set up on there for you. There's a couple of services to pick from. That's one of our next videos. Having a message in your telecenter. Now, that can be anywhere from a 2-minute message on up to a 10-minute message. It's all opinion in which one works better. But I will tell you this. The longer you speak with a prospect, whether they stay on the entire 8 to 10 minutes, whatever it is or not, doesn't really matter. They are interested in you. The longer they invest in themselves, the more they are investing in what you have to offer in your opportunity here. So, if you have all of these prospects pouring into your telecenter, and let's say that, and your telecenter, by the way, tells how long that person has listened on your message. Let's just pretend you are running an 8-minute message. On your 8-minute message, someone that listens for 30 seconds and the next person that listens for 7 or 8 minutes or even leaves you a message at the very end, how much more interested is the person that listened for 8 minutes versus the person that listened for 30 seconds? See what we're doing? That's why we put a long message on the telecenter, at least a couple of minutes and on up. That's why we put a long message on the telecenter. Now on your auto dialer, let's back up one more time here. Your auto dialer has a real quick, "Are you interested?" message. And if they press 1, great. They forward in your telecenter, come all the way in here, where they listen to a long 2 to 10 minute message inside there. We're going to have a long chat with them. This is the best opportunity, I promise, you've ever looked at. Let's take a real in-deep look of how this system works. Now, we don't give out any details because all they would do is just prejudge it. That's how humans work. But we can build the excitement and the enthusiasm out and then give the website address out. In other words, we're going to wind up the car before we let it go. If we just gave the website up, we would just give a little quick whine and set it up and it would go, and it would just go a little bit. But if we have a long chat with them before we hand them the brochure to go to the website, if you will, it's going to take off a whole lot more of the time. So that's why we do what we do. And this has been an explanation of why we use a virtual voicemail account, because it will handle long, large messages. And a good virtual voicemail account like an iTelecenter will actually show you each caller coming in and how long they listen. Now, yes, the caller can leave you a message. It's not necessarily for that. Remember back just a little bit ago when I told you were going to become nothing more than a professional website inviter? Well, the nice thing about our opportunities is we're not selling anything. How nice is that? We're not selling anything. So, for someone to go in, listen from your auto dialer, press 1 and look at your telecenter account, all we're doing is calling that person up because we know how interested they were by how long they listened in the listing in your telecenter. So we're going to call those people back and we're going to simply invite them to the website. That's it. Period. Get them to go to the website. That's it. Now once they go from the telecenter over to the website, they are then a hot prospect. Now, these videos are just helping you get set up. In the last video, I asked you to, 1, ask your inviter what auto dialer it is they recommend. And the second thing I ask is what virtual voicemail box or virtual voicemail service they recommend. Telecenter, most people use the iTelecenter. Just ask your inviter which one it is. I'm going to finish helping you get everything all set up. Now that you know how the entire process works, it will give you a lot better understanding moving forward in our next series as we begin to speak with the prospects and get them to the website and close them out. So that's it. Let's move on to the next video.